Paid. They can get more bills paid. They can get some stuff fixed around the house.
No, because they have roles though. Some side pieces that you use for, hey, he's taking me to dinner. Others, you're like, hey,
exactly,
right, hey, so they can earn more privileges.
That's true. That's true. But they still in the side piece role now. There's
levels to this.
There's levels to this.
Levels
right.
to it.
There's levels to this. It's levels to this.
And there's some people who actually marry their side pieces and it doesn't work out. Unfortunately.
Yeah, because the side piece position is now open.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right, Dr. Feelgood, are you ready?
Yeah.
I want to thank everybody for their comments.
Two people raised their hands.
Shaniqua, is your hand still up? Shaniqua and Ricky. Okay, Anson.
No, they just left it up.
Okay, Anson.
Yeah, I wanted to say side pieces can't earn some more responsibilities, but that's still very, very dangerous. I had one associate, she was bragging about how she had 17 men on call. I told her that's dangerous.
Goodness, she was definitely.
That was too much.
Yes, way too much. But she was bragging about how she got all of them play different roles. One is for when she want to eat. One is for when she want to get her hair done. One is for when she wants to go out and eat.
But those are particular roles. They have roles that they have to run. Don't mess with that lady roles, because I got them too.
Oh, I didn't mess with her roles. She messed up her own role because she set up here and pegged these men as having roles, and one of them was trying to come to her job and kill her.
Ooh,
right.
Woo!
And he was married with children.
Side piece going wrong. Go ahead, Dr. Feelgood.
He was telling her that I'm not to be played with. This man was married with children. He was a regular customer, and I had to tell him like, what's wrong? What's wrong with you coming here with a problem? But I told her a couple weeks prior that was dangerous. But of course, everybody feel like they know what they know more than anyone else. So, hey, I guess she thought that side piece roles wouldn't change. She learned correctly, or learned the hard way.
Before we go on, I just got to ask Miss Millie if she ever had a workplace romance. I just got to ask her that.
Miss Millie!
Miss Millie, where are ya?
Hi.
Hey, girl, hey.
Have I ever had what?
A workplace romance. Come on, Miss Millie, share.
Miss Millie, your glasses are so fly. Go ahead, girl.
Thank you. Yes, I've had a workplace romance. It's some years ago. I was working in a plant, and he was the supervisor, engineering supervisor. So everybody always tried to figure out why when their lines go down, they couldn't get them fixed quick, but mine got quick. Always got fixed quick, and it was very good.
There's a pro.
It was good. The world ain't know it, but it was good.
Okay. It was undetected. No sniff when you returned from lunch.
Oh no, none of that. I couldn't do that at work.
Okay, all right.
I'll teach you how to do that later.
If I was in the office, it would have happened, but I was on the floor and we couldn't get lunch at the same time. So
you did. Sure. That's that restriction I was talking about earlier.
I can teach you how to do it later, Miss Millie. Okay. At work.
Listen, y'all got me sitting up here. I'm so green. I guess it's all about being married all those years. I don't know nothing about none of this, but I'm learning. I'm listening.
I can always do lunch breaks now. I don't have no job.
There you go.
And then you can go up to their job and do a lunch break quickie.
All right, Tommy.
Yes, that's right. That's right, Dr. Feelgood. I'm Tommy. I'm Thomasina.
All right, Thomasina. All right, now it's time for the case study for workplace romance. This is Dr. Feelgood. I'm the carpet and linoleum munching technician. Here's, and here's my story. What is the definition of a workplace romance? I'm not going to insult your intelligence, but that's what it is. Now, it could be equals, it could be superior subordinate, or CEO janitor. It's all fits in the definition of workplace romance. You work together, and you do things together. How common is it? As you can see, over 50% of people had a crush on somebody. I know, and if you didn't, you're lying, because you had a crush on somebody at your job. It may not have been like, oh, me, but you had a crush on somebody. You said, I wonder what that mouth do. Or, ooh, said he got on some gray sweatpants. Or, ooh, she looked like she could suck a golf ball through a garden hose.
Oh my God.
But everybody's been, and you see the numbers going up. And why is that? Because of proximity. Think about this. You're at work more than you're at home. So if you're single, where the opportunity is going to be, because you're not going to the bars, especially after C-19. You're not going to the bars, you're not going to the clubs. So where else you going to socialize with people? At work. These are the things that can have potential risk for employers. We talked about this. That was one of the questions. Sexual harassment claims, retaliation. I talked about that, to where if the person making the accusation gets retaliated on. In the Army, what they do is if that happens, the person who made the claim can be removed from the situation, like within 20 days. They send them somewhere else, off the base, and they'll still do the investigation. Favoritism. That is a big problem, because that kind of messes with production and good order and discipline. And the last is workplace violence. I think Anson covered that one already, so I'm not going to mess with that one. Because when somebody wants to come end you because you was messing with them, and they were married with children, and they were just they reached the effort point, that is the worst case scenario.
Yep.
How do you minimize workplace romances? You use a love contract. Now, some companies saying, yeah, you could have these romances, but you got to sign a contract saying that, hey, we understand that we're having a relationship. Right. We are not going to bring our relationship to work, and we are not going to overly, and they usually move people to different parts of the company so they don't have direct contact with each other at work. And then the other thing is, you do a lot of sexual harassment training. I know in the Army, we do it every year. We do it every year. We call it, mandatory fun. It's never fun, but it removes the excuse that you didn't know. You didn't know what was wrong. And how does sexual harassment work? It's not what's said, it's what's heard.
Right. That's true.
If you could say, I could say, hey, Dr. Seductive, you looking mighty fine today. And she might take it as a compliment. But if I say it to Chocolate Pearl, she might take it as harassment.
Right.
The words didn't change, the meaning didn't change, it's just how they perceived it.
How they perceive it. That's right.
So you get training. And I know when I gave this class back in 2000, I used to tell people, I said, if you feel uncomfortable, you set the boundary. Said, I feel uncomfortable. And if they continue, then it becomes harassment. Mm-hmm. See, because if you don't say anything, guess what? They thinking it's okay. You gotta set. You have to set.
I feel uncomfortable.
So, but if they keep if they keep going, you giving them the warning. And if they keep going,
I gave you the warning.
you're gonna have the situation.
Say
So when things
no.
go wrong in the
Then go.
workplace,
And tell.
so you see what's going on. You have, you know, you have to look at things, and your equal employment opportunity council and the courts can look at what they're doing and come up with a solution. Sometimes the solution is not what you want. So it's keep in mind that if you decide to go to the bathroom when you eat, when you ingest food, those are the risks that you're going to have. How to approach it. You know, they're perfectly good. I mean, if you spend a lot of time with people, you get to like them, you're going to like them. You know, it may go from at work to after work. After work drinks. Hey, why don't you come out with a drink with me? You know, during lunch, why don't you come to lunch with me? You know, chilling, and things, you may grow in that direction. So, but you got to keep in mind that there are things that you have to do to make sure that there's not a perception of impropriety. These are the do's and don'ts. Anytime you have anytime you have a workplace situation or romance or a thing, know the risk. There's always a risk. Always have the best intentions of what you want from that person. Know your company's policies. 41%, and I'll cover that later, 41% of employees don't know their dating policies within their companies. Nobody reads that handbook. Come on now. How many people actually read the handbook? And this is a problem with HR. HR gives you the handbook, but they don't demand that you study it and read it. It's to cover their hind parts. Stay away from your boss and your direct reports. Stay away from your supervisor. Stay away from the people that work for you.
Tracy said, yes, we do. LOL.
Set boundaries. I talked about that earlier. We cannot do this here. If they go past that, then they're gonna catch a case. Don't pursue a coworker. Come on now. This is common sense. If you're not serious about a relationship, don't try to just hit and quit. Now, if they come up to you, you might want to take that differently, but don't go pursuing it. And if they report to you or you report to them, don't screw them. Don't have sex with them. Don't date them, because that just messes up the whole thing. And trying to hide relationships. Now, Chocolate Pearl said from the time she worked there that people did not know. But like I said, there's always somebody who knew. They just didn't say anything.
It's always somebody who know.
Exactly. They may not have said anything.
Or they may assume.
They assume. Yeah.
Right.
So
because I was a big flirt, so I flirted with a lot of people. But like I said, and he was the last person they even thought something would have happened with us, because I flirted with other people.
I got you. But like I said, somebody knew. They just ain't saying nothing, and that's cool.
A date and baby like saying work.
Understanding that a lot of these situations are inevitable because you're spending more time at work. We spend more time at work in 2022 than people did in 1970. 9 to 5 in the 1970s was 9 to 5. That's why they made the dang on movie.
Working 9
to 5.
Yeah, everybody old enough to remember that movie. Remembers that movie. But today, with you working 12, 13 hours, sometimes 16 hours, you're doing a double. You're with those people. So those things are going to happen. So like I said, a love contract is something that protects the company's bottom line, because do you know that over $725 billion is given out in sexual harassment, sexual assault cases in the workplace?
Well, I didn't get mine.
Oh,
Did you sue though? Did you sue? It ain't free cheese now. You gotta prove your case. You don't have, it doesn't have to be beyond a reasonable doubt, but it has to be believable and provable. And but a lot of that stuff happens. And some companies pay people to go away. They'll give you a nice severance package that and they won't count that because the person left voluntarily.
I mean, but look at all these celebrities nowadays, and like these producers and television personnel, they had relationships with certain women, and then later on they went on about their business or something else, and then a lot of the women are true about what happened. It was a sexual harassment, but a lot of it wasn't sexual harassment. You was in a relationship with this person for a long period of time, and then when they broke up with you, you decided to say, okay, now it's sexual harassment.
yep. So go ahead and ask Bill Cosby about that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, he got hemmed up. So I don't know about number one, but that's what the research showed me. More than half employees have engaged in an office romance. Like I said, I did it when I was at McDonald's. When I worked at McDonald's, when I was 19, 20.
But you was a kid. I don't,
Yeah,
You did, and you probably did it after that also.
No. I had too
That's
much
why I don't eat McDonald's now.
Danny, I ought to put some special sauce on your burger. Some Badussi sauce. like I said, almost half employees do not know their company's policies regarding office romances. Now, think about this. Almost 1 out of 5, that's 20%, it's 19% actually, but 20% were in committed relationships and they had an affair with a colleague.
Really?
Most couples keep their relationship secret. Now, what industries do you think that keeping an affair secret would be most paramount?
Retail.
Why retail?
Hospitals.
Why hospitals?
The schools, honey. The
Why
principals
schools?
Okay, I would say hospitals because a lot of nurses and doctors do not have time to go outside of the building, basically. So they're sitting there, sometimes, especially surgeons and stuff. You see it on Grey's Anatomy all the time.
I would say it's the military.
I'm gonna say the military because you said that you could be court-martialed and all of that. So I think it'd be a premium price to pay. So I think that would be the
on this retail.
You know what?
On this one.
You know what though? The most likely place is police officers.
What?
Whoa.
I was gonna say that. Nursing and police, and I swear I was gonna say that.
If you're sitting in a police car 12 hours a day with you and your partner, you think you won't get to know that person?
Yeah.
That's true.
You think
on NYPD Blue? Yep.
I was gonna say Chicago PD.
Yep, that too. Mm-hmm.
I'm saying no. Do you think they would want their bosses to know?
No.
But they find out because they can't hide it.
And I'll talk about that a little later. See, y'all jumping ahead.
Oh, sorry.
18%, that's almost 1 out of 5 employees reported having a random hookup with a coworker. Now, I've never done that, but I've seen it happen though.
You never done a random hookup?
No, not at
work.
With a coworker.
Oh, with a coworker.
Okay, we're gonna leave that there.
I told you I had too much to lose when I was in the military. I don't.
If it's good, if some things is worth taking a chance, like that lady said in Coming to America. Go ahead and take a chance.
Parties. We did not have that many Christmas parties, so yeah. And think about this: almost 75% of people will participate in an office romance if given a chance.
Oh yeah, there's been a couple of hotties that I would have liked to.
If I worked in the office with Miss Millie, you
my
damn
goodness.
right.
Oh my
Who is
goodness,
that?
you would
Somebody
have
working in
50
the
million
office?
babies today if you worked in the office.
They,
Who
yeah,
said
they.
that?
Lord,
That's my
Lord have
cousin
mercy.
Danny.
Danny, you ain't ready.
Miss Millie, I changed that hair color. I try to tell you.
Lord,
Hey,
She too
the
tall.
like
She
dating
too
this,
app
tall.
is
Millie.
She ain't a
coming
midget.
soon. The
Hey.
dating app
midget.
is coming soon.
I'm gonna say it like this, Miss Millie. That's my cousin. That's all I'm gonna say. That's my cousin.
I plead the
I would
fifth.
flip my collar if I had one.
I have nothing to say because all I can say, all of this, he ain't ready.
Oh, wait a minute, Miss Billy. That's my cousin, but I think I can, tell you that he'll take you for some money. He'll give you run for your money now.
I'm just gonna laugh.
Here are the top industries with the most romance. You were right. You're right, Razzle Dazzle. Leisure and hospitality is number one.
Yeah.
Especially think about hotels and going to resorts and on cruise ships.
Yeah.
You think them crew
Retail.
members don't be? You think no crew members don't be crewing? Utilities.
Because they're on that boat a long time.
Oh yeah.
That's right. The mailman, the cable man, the light man. You right.
The handyman.
The
The
handyman.
man.
You right.
Information,
I like to play a little
information
plumber.
technology. That's another job where you work.
Girl,
you work in rooms.
They really laying the pipe, ain't they?
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
Hey, my cousin does that for a living. So yeah, that's
That's
another
my
story.
job, Miss Millie. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You don't understand.
Yeah, that PVC pipe, and he can lay it down now. That was told.
Nah,
But,
this ain't PVC. This is Schedule 40 over here. Schedule 80.
But back to the subject now. IT. Nerds need loving too. And what else? If you work in the same office for day after day after day, you're gonna get to know each other.
Okay, Dr.
Transportation.
Hilger's trying to speak for his peoples. Go on, bro.
Bus drivers, train drivers. I got cousins that work for transit in New York. I know bus drivers. They be getting some
Miles.
play.
Some extra stops. Some extra stops.
They be getting some rides.
Oh yeah, and financial services. If you work in the stock market, you work as a broker. You in the office with people.
You work as an accountant in taxes too. Now, come on now.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
you next to somebody and
I'm a big
smelling their
flirt.
cologne.
I work them
smell so
numbers.
good.
Finance.
So
I tell you, some of my big sales in finance came through flirting.
That's right. I work with numbers.
Exactly. I got them digits. But 31% of people married their office sweetheart. Now, that's crazy, but I understand. 20% said at least one person in an office romance was married.
Kendra said airlines too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, transportation.
Yeah, transportation.
Hey, they go
They
in
be
that
in the Mile High Club.
jetway.
Now you're right. That's a big one because stewardess and pilots.
Flight attendants, not stewardess.
Excuse me. I apologize. Correction. Flight attendants and pilots.
Information technology.
Yeah, big time. They the true mile high club,
Yeah. So 24% said the office sweetheart was higher up in the organization. That's that dynamic that you need to pass.
I'm sorry, Tracy says
when the boss like you,
40
you can
is
get
a big
anything you
fight.
want. Once the boss like you, you can get anything you want, do anything you want.
And 3%, as you can see, 3% said the relationship helped them progress in their career, meaning they was either throwing it right or somebody was laying that thing that they got a promotion off. They got the promotion off the motion.
When they way to the top.
See, I would
think that percentage might be. I would have thought that percentage would have been higher.
Those are the only ones that admit it.
Oh, okay.
10
Makes sense.
signs co-workers are attracted to each other. Now, you've seen people like that. Now, this number one may not always be true, but the perception. Think about that. They go to lunch all the time together. Hey,
Or
you
your
want to come
lunch
lunch
get
with
brought
us?
to
Nah,
you?
we good.
Or your lunch get brought to you.
Yes, that's what.
Yeah, they be bringing more
That
than
was
the
my work
groceries.
husband's.
I ain't never have to worry about no lunch.
Never.
But were you giving them a little snack afterwards though?
Of
Yeah.
course.
The
To that
engineer
one, yeah.
supervisor I sure was.
So they bring each other coffee. Now for the non-coffee drinkers, they bring you a Coke or whatever your drink of choice.
Yeah.
Dr. Seductive said that she always got a Coke and a smile.
Yeah. And that they smile at each other in meetings.
All 52s in the tongue.
They be like,
Be
all
all nice.
cheesed up. Be all
Be
cheesed
trying
up.
not to look at each other.
But you can't help
Yeah,
it.
that's true.
And they arrive at work and leave work together. Not exactly. This one is a little harder because sometimes somebody sit in the parking lot and let the other person go in, and then they'll go in like 5 minutes later, trying to play it off. Not that I've never done that, but I've heard.
You know,
Okay.
Yeah, I
They
ain't do
tease
that.
each other.
You leave together, you come in together.
Yeah, it said they tease each
Don't
other.
change nothing up.
And they look at each other a lot.
Always have
Well, mine's worked in a different
joke.
department, so it kind of worked out for us. You know what I mean? Worked in a different department.
Now this is a big one. They have inside jokes.
I like when people have inside jokes and people be wondering what's going on. I love
What
it.
the hell they talking about? Animal crackers.
Trying to figure things out.
So yeah, that soup was hot. Yeah, that soup was hot. It was good and tasty too. Inside joke.
I wish I could get me some more of that soup tonight.
Yeah.
And number 10,
right on up.
Number 10 is obvious. They might try to play it off, but everybody in the office knows they call that an open secret.
But I would say all those things are just normal. It's not just for coworkers, it's just for people in general.
Yeah, but
it's more pronounced. Flirt with me every Thursday.
But I'm saying though, but it's more pronounced when you're at work because you see these people every day.
Yeah.
I told you my name is Cougar Meat.
I'm ready. I'm gonna find me a cougar after party gown.
Ooh, stop playing with me. Tell me I'm not ready.
All right, let's get back to my prescription. As with all things, love in office has its pros and cons.